Welcome to One Book, One Review.
Hey everybody, have you heard? There's a new tag going around. The 7 deadly sins of reading. And I've been tagged by ChapterStackss, so let's get on to the sins. Number 1, read. What is your most expensive book and what is your least expensive book? You guys all probably know my most expensive book, Jonathan Safran for Tree of Codes. I paid almost 50 euros for this and I usually don't do that for books. My least expensive book is new and it's Graham Greene, Our Man in Manhattan. I just recently bought that for 50 cents. That's one of my least expensive books. Sin number 2, Raz. What author do you have a love-hate relationship with? That's easy. That would be Jane Austen. I really don't like her stories, but I love the way she's writing. And as I grow older, I tend to like her stories more. But in university, I had to read her so often, and I did my intermediate exams about her. And I loved researching her books and to see how she wrote them and all the things she put in there. But I never really liked the story. Elizabeth Bennet is one of my most disliked characters. She's just annoying to me. But I still want to read the rest of her books. It's difficult. Sin number 3, gluttony. What book have you deliciously devoured over and over again? That would probably be The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. I've read this book so many times, especially a few years back when it was new, and I just tend to pick it up every now and again because I just like the story and the way it's written. You can always find something new in it. Sin number 4, loss. What book have you neglected reading due to laziness? That's the book I'm reading now, actually. Sea of Poppies by Amitav Ghosh. I think it's been sitting outside on my shelf for 3 or 4 years already. And it's a big book, so I've always been like, oh, I'll just read something else. But it's a really good book. I'll tell you more about it on Friday. Sin number 5, pride. What book do you talk most about in order to sound like a very intellectual reader? I don't really talk that much to my friends because they all think I'm a literary snob. Well, okay, I'm a literary snob. I like to talk about the prize-winning authors. I read more, and I like to read intellectual books, but I also like to read fantasy, and all the YA stuff I've been reading lately was a lot of fun. But I don't talk about that so much. I'd rather talk about Jonathan Safran Foer or yeah, probably Jonathan Safran Foer is the one I talk about when I want to sound intellectual. Sin number 6, lust. What attributes do you find most attractive in male or female characters? This is always a difficult question for me because I'm not really attracted to characters. They're not real. I'm rather interested in reading about them if they are having interesting character traits or if they're different from me, then I think that is a good thing. When it comes to attraction, what I think maybe devotion, when they're devoted to another person or to something, not in a crazy way, but in a good way. And the last sin, envy. What books would you most like to receive as a gift? That would be one of the 500 Gargoyles. You guys know that I love The Gargoyle by Andrew Davidson, and a few years ago he sent out 500 of his books, and he also asked to read them and then send them on to the next person. And I just love to have one of those books in my hands to have a good excuse to read it again and just to be part of this, because I think this is an amazing idea to send out your books into the world and ask the readers to pass them on to others. And yeah, if anyone ever gets one of those, think of me. Yes. This is a really fun tag. I love doing it. Thank you again, ChapterStackss, for tagging me. And I've seen a lot of you guys do it already, so I don't know who hasn't done this tag, but I tag everyone who hasn't. So do the tag, and I'm curious to see your 7 sins. Thank you for watching and have a very nice day. Bye bye.